Welcome to G5 Ranch. I'm Marvin Garrett, G5 Cattle Company. A lot of you are buying our boxed beef, and some of you are buying our freezer beef. Big shout out to you and a big thank you. Appreciate your business, and we're going to continue to try to improve our beef and give you the best we possibly can. Tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook a steak. It's just Becky and I here tonight. She's beefed out, but I'm going to cook me a steak. I'm not beefed out. I love cooking outside on the grill, particularly when the gang is here. We've got a big crew. But if it's just me or just her and I, there's another technique that I use. It's very easy to do, very simple. It takes 5 minutes of cooking time. And it comes out perfect every time, especially when you have a great piece of meat. I'm going to use a strip steak tonight. This process, or grilling on the pit, hot and fast is the way to go, particularly for your prime steaks like filet, ribeye, and New York strips. Ribeye is the king of steaks. I've been a ribeye man my whole life. I'm going to cook a New York strip tonight in these American Wagyu strips. It's a toss-up now between a ribeye or a New York strip. They're both really good. Again, simple process. Takes 5 minutes. Very easy to do. You rushed on time, or the weather's not right to be outside. You can use this technique. It's very easy. First of all I use for my seasoning on my good steaks is salt, pepper, garlic, and then a little bit of olive oil in the skillet. I've got it heating up right now. You want to get that skillet really hot. And the process is very simple. You sear one side of that steak for 1 minute. You flip it over. You sear the other side of that steak for 1 minute. You take the whole cast iron skillet, put it in the oven. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. You put it in the oven for 3 minutes, pull it out, let it rest for 4 or 5 minutes, and it's going to be perfect every time. That will be a medium rare steak. If they're cut about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. If you like it a little more well done, okay, go a little bit longer, but I would not go more than 3 minutes and 15 seconds. If you like it a little more rare, then back off a little bit, maybe 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Very easy to do, very simple, and I'm fixing to get started. Okay, I got my skillet hot. It's where I want it. What I do is take a little pat of butter right before I put my steak in. Put the butter in it. And I'll take my steak, and I'm going to sear one side for 1 minute. Handy dandy splash grill, you need one of those so it doesn't splatter over everything. And I'm going to set my timer, and we're going for a minute. Okay, I've got a nice sear, looks like, yep, on both sides of my strip. That's what I'm seeing there. I'm going to go straight to the oven now, which is again preheated to 400 degrees. And I'm going to put it in there and let it finish cooking for 3 minutes. And we're going to check it when I'm done and see if it's perfect. Okay, my 3 minutes is up in the oven. Pull it out. The other thing I do is I always let my steaks rest for about 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm going to set it here, let it rest for a little bit, and then while I prepare my baked potato, and we're going to cut into it and see what it looks like. Hopefully it's perfect. Okay, my steak is rested. Let's see if it come out right. Cuts like butter. Perfect every time. Oh, you notice, I don't know if you noticed before I put the steak in and started cooking it, you saw a lot of white within that's marbling. When you cook these American Wagyu and particularly the 100% Wagyu steaks, that's marbling. It's a different kind of fat. When it has a lower melting point, so it just dissolves. It goes into the meat, and it just makes it that much more flavorful, that much more tender. I'm looking forward to digging into it. Thank you for watching tonight. I'm going to try to do something once a week. Maybe it's every 2 weeks, but I've got some techniques that I use on various cuts of meat, and I'm gonna try to send them out on a regular basis. Again, thank you to the customers. If you're not a customer yet, hope you enjoyed the video, and come join us and buy some good beef. It doesn't get any better.